Do I think AI replaces human advisors? Do I think AI replaces? I don't. AI is amazing. It is not yet able to read individuals' minds.
AI can do a lot of financial planning, but it has no empathy.
Emotion is the enemy of good decision making. And AI, to its credit and its detriment, is not emotional. Welcome back to the Focus on Finance Forum, your forum to ask your questions and to stay up to date on the latest in personal finance. My name is Jeff Levine, Chief Planning Officer for Focus Partners Wealth, joined by my great friend Bob, Mr. Retirement Powell. Bob, great to be back with you once again, my friend.
Great to be here, Professor Jeff. And I've got a question that is on the minds of everyone. They're thinking about AI and financial planning and whether people should use AI to do financial planning.
Maybe. Yeah, look, I think let's start with AI is not perfect, right? So I think I love AI as a tool, and I think that's what AI is going to be best suited for down the road. Do I think AI replaces human advisors? Do I think AI replaces? I don't. And in fact, you know, Bob, I really liken this to the rise of Robo-Advisors about a decade and a half ago. You know, roughly 10, 15 years ago, you know, Robo-Advisors were created, and all of a sudden there was this thought amongst a lot of, you know, my brethren in the financial advisor community, like, oh my goodness, we're not going to be able to work anymore. Like, they're going to replace us, or we're all going to have to, you know, slash fees to levels that are so low, it's going to make sense just to get out of the business. And that is not what happened. What actually played out over time was not robo-advisors taking over human advisors, but it was actually human advisors taking over robo-advisors, using the robo-advisors to take care of certain things that the humans used to do, so that the human advisors could spend more time doing the things that human advisors do uniquely well. And I think that AI is going to be very similar in this regard. You know, for instance, something as simple as taking notes in a client meeting. That was historically something that took a lot of time for advisors. You know, to go through, to take notes during the meeting, to revise the notes afterwards, to put them into a system to be able to keep track of and search in the future. Today, AI note takers make that a fraction of the time. That is now time that can be reallocated to doing things that only the advisor can do, to have those meetings with the client, to spend more time you know, addressing and educating clients about what their decisions are. I find that most good advisors, they're great educators. They're usually not telling the client what to do. They're explaining the situation, providing some insight as to what, you know, multiple options, what would happen in either way. And more often than not, when the client understands that, when someone understands what those options are, they sort of know what's best for them without the advisor telling them, right? It's just they need to understand the ramifications of each. So I very much see AI as a tool that will continue to enable human advisors to do more, to go deeper, to be more efficient, and to spend more of their time doing the things that really only they can do. Because at the end of the day, two people can come across my desk, have exactly the same income, they can have exactly the same assets, they can have really the same goals, but at the end of the day, because of their personal feelings and the way they act towards money, their psychology behind some of their decision making, they might end up with two different plans. And while AI is amazing, it is not yet able to read individuals' minds. And until it gets to that point, I think I'm not. I guess say this, I'm not worried about my job going away anytime soon, but I'm really excited about all the ways that AI is going to help me do my job better for individuals as we continue on.
Yeah, so a couple comments. One is Professor Andy Lowe at MIT has done some research about AI and financial planning, and I think he's come to the conclusion, if I can overstate it, which is AI can do a lot of financial planning, but it has no empathy, sort of speaking to what you just said, right? Only a financial planner can have the empathy to sort of understand and appreciate the difference between one person and another, or how this person might accept the news about the plan that's being proposed, et cetera. So I think, and I don't think AI will ever have empathy. So your job's safe, I think, as mine is as well. The other is, I'm fascinated by what AI can do in terms of helping, in terms of building tools that can either help individuals or advisors with their clients. I'll give you an example. I've been fascinated with the degree to which advisors who adopt behavioral finance in their practice can improve the outcomes of their clients' portfolios on the order of, I don't know, 1 to 2% per year, according to some researchers. And for the need for advisors to become expert in behavioral finance is now all the greater, I think. Well, anyway, now because of vibe coding, I've created an application that allows an advisor to give a self-assessment test to a client that would identify what biases they are susceptible to and what the mitigation strategies would be. So imagine a world in which, I don't have to sort of ask you questions. I now have a tool that I can use to help I figure out what you're susceptible to.
I think it's amazing. I really am excited for what it will allow us to do to just do more. And that's really what has happened in the financial advising community over the last decade and a half. Again, Robo-Advisors didn't replace advisors. They said, here, we're going to be able to do all this chunk of work that you used to do. Now go free up your time. And today, advisors are more likely to go deeper into tax planning. They're more likely to go deeper into estate planning. So we're able to do more for the same client than we could have done a decade ago, 2 decades ago, because of the technology at our hand. And AI is just going to continue to power that. I mean, imagine a scenario where you get a call from your advisor, right? And your advisor says, hey, I just wanted to check in. I saw that your paychecks stopped coming into your account. The AI let me know that the check that you got from your employer every month or every 2 weeks for the last 10 years stopped coming in. And and the person goes, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to tell you. I just switched jobs or whatnot. Oh great. Well, let's have a conversation about your new employer's package or whatnot. It will alert us to things sooner. It will allow us to have deeper insights into areas. And for a lot of people, it's going to help us understand things we didn't even know about ourselves. I think about some of those, the commercials with the apps about, did you know how much you were spending on, streaming services or this much? And people go, I had no idea. Well, think about all the different insights we're going to have into our own finances that AI will help us to address in an impartial and unbiased way. And that, to me, is the greatest strength of the AI. Is I am a big believer that emotion is the is the enemy of good decision making. Yeah. And AI, to its credit and its detriment, is not emotional. And so it can help in an impartial way identify these areas where we may want to take a deeper look, and then the human advisor can come in and overlay that element of empathy we talked about to help somebody make a good financial decision.
All right. I know pun now and then. I think I've got a good one, which is
all right. Well, let's see, because I had one built up, but let's go. Bob.
All right, let me go first. There's nothing artificial about our conversation today. In fact, it's been pretty intelligent.
Ooh, I like that. See, I was going to go with, we're big fans of AI, and that is we are accepting inquiries. So you could send your inquiry to us by clicking the link below. Just click the link below this video, and Bob and I will be happy to answer your questions. Who knows, you may see the next one here on the next episode of the Focus on Finance Forum. Thanks, Bob. Take care, everyone. We'll see you real soon.